Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a balanced rack, no duplicates, but with F, U and P, probably no bingo. I can't see a 7, and there may not be any 8s. I've got the up prefix. I would have, or do have, poof on my rack, P-O-U-F. Not a great rack leave of A-I-L. I'm certainly looking to play off the F and the U, as they are the most non-bingo-y of the tiles on my rack. So, opponent changes. Do I play poof? What would be the alternative ways of getting rid of F and U? Well, how about a foul? That would leave IP, which is quite manageable. My opponent's only changed 2 tiles, so it's possible he's retained 5 good ones, and providing 5 floaters may not be great. He could easily come down with a bingo, but then we're going to have a wide open board and a lot of tiles to come, so not a disaster. I'm retaining the P, which goes under the U. Not many scoring tiles play well with the U as opposed to other vowels. So a foul for 18, poof, would also be 18, but PI is a better rack leave. I'm going with this. Great. A foul doesn't take an S at the end, which is one thing I was going to say before. If my opponent has got a bingo, he can't play it in column 9. Now, I've got a great rack. I've got Sinopia, and there's another one here, and I had it in mind when I was speaking my last sentence. Epineos, that's the one. And, oh wow, okay. Nice bingo for my opponent. He opens a triple lane. Can I play there? So initially I'm just looking to see if I have a bingo with this rack plus a T. Very high probability if there is one. I'm not seeing it yet, and I note that I do have Epineos above the L of a foul, so I am bingoing. That means I can spend a little time trying to locate a bingo through the T. But it's not coming to mind, so I'm just going to contemplate each letter in turn as being the initial tile of such a bingo. So high probability if there is one here. I will definitely know it. I'm up to O and I haven't seen anything. Saponite, that's the one, Saponite. I don't think it's got any anagrams. Wow, I think I was close to not seeing that. Saponite for 83. Great, I draw a blank, the second of 2. And I'm 20 points in the lead. So my opponent's initial bingo has not resulted in me being massively behind, which is good. I have G, U and V, which is pretty grim, so I may not have a bingo this turn. But with the blank and a balance rack, I need to work out if that is the case. So I've got the ING ending with the blank as an N, keeping EU TV. That doesn't suggest anything. I would have Vuggiest through a G or an S. Neither is available. I've got the IVE ending. Nothing good going on there. I would have the... Okay, 33 points for my opponent. He goes into a 10-point lead. Not a problem. Now, what about outgive? Well, that's good, but does it play? What a shame if it doesn't. Ol is no good, so it doesn't play above a foul. US only takes an E after it. Saponite only takes an S. What a shame. Vogiest is the anagram of outgives. Can't see anywhere for that. 16 minutes on my clock. Opponent has taken out most of the floaters in Saponite. The M not available as a floater. L would have to be in last place. I've therefore got these 2 letter sets to consider. AB. Not seeing anything there. What about FE? Very unlikely, although close to Tenaya Fuge. How about OR? That looks promising. I would have voltigeur with these letters, but that doesn't have OR together. Gosh, there could easily be something through OR. And how about US? Gustative. Yeah, pretty sure that's good. This is going to be a volatile move. Putting an E in the... I don't have the tiles. How annoying. Yeah, I don't have the tiles for that. So I think I'm going to give up hope on finding a bingo here, but there could well be one. I'm just wondering if it's worth looking for a 7. If a 7 began with an E, or even if it didn't begin with an E, I could have it over the top of a foul. Let me have a quick look. 15 minutes on my clock. Nothing so far, close to 8 though. That looked close to something. That's out give. I'm just wondering if give out is also good. Well, even if it is, it doesn't play. That's the other letter which looks promising to me, but I'm not seeing a bingo. Okay, time to stop looking for one, and time to sort the rack out. So I could play Vig, retaining the U, not a disaster. Can't see anywhere for Gov or Vug, which would be my preferred option. So I'm going to go with Vig. Doesn't give much away. 26 points. Wow, look at that. I reluctantly hold on to the U and I draw the Q. Is that a good omen? Not seeing a 7 with this rack. Certainly would be some 8s. Quintet, for example. Well, I think that probably is a 9. Again, the OR looks promising. I don't think the V is helpful with this rack. Let me look for 7s. That might be my best chance of getting something down. I would have Barquette through AR. Coquette through an O. So not seeing anything yet. Bap takes a U after it. Wow. So if there is a 7, it will definitely play. So I need to focus on finding one if there is one here. I'm not hopeful. Still not seeing anything. So do I have a QU play? Wow, I may not. How annoying. Quet, not good. Gosh, this is tricky stuff. Can't see anything through FE. What about through AB? Not seeing anything. Can't see anything beginning with an S. So, what to do here? And I've used up quite a bit of time, and there are still 58 tiles to come. It can't be right to burn the blank just to play the Q here. But maybe it is. I would have Maquette, I think, if there was one extra tile. Maybe I should burn the blank. 43 points and a decent rack leave. I'm going with this. I have entitle. Not sure that goes anywhere. No, I don't think it goes as a 7 on this board. Quest only takes an S at the end. Maybe my opponent will provide a spot. I lead by 30 odd points. Very few 7-letter lanes on the board. That last rack was really troubling. Clearly, if there was a bingo, that would be the preferred play, but if there is no bingo, is Quest the best of the non-bingo plays? I couldn't really see anywhere else to play the Q. I hope I didn't miss a Q play in that spot which doesn't burn the blank. Can't see anything beginning with the V with this rack. Wow, 52 points for my opponent. And he doesn't provide a place for my bingo. I can play Lentai and QI. Over 20 points, decent score. Providing very easy scoring spots for my opponent, though. Now, do I have a double-double through FE, even if it isn't a bingo? Can't see such a play. I don't think 6 takes anything after it. Can't see a 4-letter extension to 6. Except I can. I've got 16. 26 points, providing a very hot spot to column 1. I don't like that. What about doing just a shorter play in column 11, something like TI? Not a good rack leave. Just pausing in case I've missed somewhere for entitle. I missed an overlap of gloires in my previous game. Lentai for 21. Not good, no scoring tiles, no bingo. And I'm only 5 points in the lead, so my opponent could be about to establish a lead that he can hold on to. Can't see any extension to 6, which gets doubled with this rack. With only 1 pointers, I'm drawn to the scoring tiles on the board. Wow, opponent leaves Lentai alone. Sadly, I can't really profit from that. I can sort out the duplicates with rote for 18, slightly vowel heavy rack leave, and 5 E's and 4 O's to come. Can I play off one more vowel? Not sure I can. What about playing toe instead? Keeping a much better rack leave. And not easy to score off. And I think it's only giving up 2 points. Or 4 points. In which case I think it's a better play because this is a much better rack leave. Just pausing in case I have a bingo. Let me put this back. 8 minutes on my clock. I don't wish to get into time trouble. But I've just noticed this floating L and N, and I need to rule out a bingo through them. Wow, close to rote known. Net root. Okay, not seeing anything. I'm going to play toe for 14. Well, that looks quite a nice rack. Scoring tile in the F. If I don't have a bingo, I've got the 4 prefix with and without an E. I've got after with OE. So I'd have 4 anent through ends, which will split up. Pretty tight board in terms of bingos. There's the S hook for quest, 1 S to come, and there's column 13. And I guess plays ending in L as well. Feg only takes an S after it, and not many plays have FEG in them, so the double-double lane has been taken out by age. Now I guess row H is quite hot for a 6 set of plays beginning with E. I'm not seeing anything there. ET takes an A after it, I've got an A. So I could play Fate. 26 points. Look at this, just 4 points between us. I guess column 8 available for non-bingo plays ending AL. Through an S and an L, I would have Forestial. Row J available for bingos with a T in 3rd place. Well, I'm not seeing a bingo with this rack plus a T in any place. In fact, I'm not really seeing any 8s, but I suspect there could be some. 8 minutes on my clock and 40 tiles to come. Opponent takes my Fate spot. So, do I have a play in column 11? It would have to begin FO. FOA or FOE. Not seeing such a play, which gets doubled. However, I could play Fo. The rack leave is good. And it stops opponent just playing an S bingo in row K. Fo does take an N, 4 to come. But if opponent does play an N word, he'll be providing new floaters, which could really help. This is quite a good 4-letter set. Only 14 points though, which is poor, given my opponent is 30 points in front. But I'm not seeing anywhere else for my F where I can score well. I'm going with this. Pretty good. I have Radiate on my rack. That plays in column 14, Radiate and Tear. Will opponent obstruct that? He may, or he may play in column 12, leaving column 14 alone, so there is hope. Variated may be good, but it doesn't play. Lentai takes nothing in front. Is there a bingo with this rack ending in L? Not seeing such a play. Radiate has the anagram air date. Not seeing anywhere for that. Wow. I have column 15 bingo. Lariated is good. Is there anything else? Is there a triple? So quite a volatile move by my opponent. 12 points. Only 12 points. And he's opening column 15. Why has he done that? He must have a pretty good 5-letter set. 6 minutes on my clock. Does Lariated have an anagram? Well, the only anagram of real interest... Okay, I retract that, because any anagram is useful. I was going to say the only anagram of real interest would be a triple, but Lariated places an A next to this triple letter square, and the Z's out there, and the J is, so Zar and Jar would be 50-point plays, so almost anything, any bingo which doesn't do that is going to be better. Let me first consider the triple. Words beginning ow, L, I, not seeing anything. And I'm not seeing any anagrams of Lariated, so maybe I'll draw the Z and the J. I draw the Z, so I do have ZA. So that spot can only be taken with my opponent playing a J there, and his play of OL suggests he didn't have the J, that he kept 5 bingo-y tiles, and he only drew 2 tiles, so probably doesn't have the J. And JO doesn't play there. He would have to have this A to play JA. Or a 3-letter play beginning JE. Well, I'll just have to wait and see what happens in that section of the board. This isn't a great rack. It's unbalanced, only 1 vowel. But I have a 50-point lead. Z goes next to SO. Well, nice play by my opponent. He didn't have the J or the Z and spotted the danger. However, my Z can go in front of it. 5 minutes on my clock, 22 tiles to come. But what Z plays do I have apart from ZA, which would leave 5 consonants? Let me check the consonant situation. 11 vowels out of 29. It's a vowel light bag. So I'm not playing ZA. There has to be something better. I'm just seeing if there's a longer word beginning with the Z, and I don't think there is. So the other thing I was contemplating was to play in column 12. What I can do is hold on to the Z. I don't have to play it off straight away. But very few opportunities to play anything on this board. Zeta is good. So I could play Waz. 34 points, that's a good score. W not massively dangerous, certainly not bingo-y dangerous. So there is a bingo lane in column 14, but it would provide access to a triple word square. The opponent's opened a lane in column 13. Four minutes on my clock. What about playing in column 14? Because it would obstruct both those bingo lanes. I could play core. 31 points, keeping the Z back for score, and severely obstructing the bingo lanes on the board. I think that's a smarter play, although I note I'm retaining four consonants, so this could go horribly wrong. It doesn't. I draw 2 vowels. Slightly fortunate, very fortunate. No bingo, but it's a balanced rack, and I'm 70 odd points in the lead. 19 tiles in the bag, only 3 minutes on my clock. I'm going to have to play quite quickly. Now, Wed is good. I don't have any EZ plays. I have Nerts on my rack, so this is quite nice. I have Nertz and Fowen, which is going to score well. That's been taken out. However, I've still got Nertz and Want. Do I have a play which gets the Z doubled? Wone not good, so Zona doesn't work. Rons is good. I think the whole of the top of the board is dead. Do I play Nertz? 3 minutes on my clock. Well, it's good to have that in my back pocket. 10 Zon is good. That doesn't play. So it's just the T, which goes after 1. Okay, I'm not seeing anything, so I think I'll get Nertz down. It burns 5 tiles, which is good since I'm short on time, and it's 37 points, which is good. Well, it could be worse. I do have a vowel, and I have a good lead, 90 points. Nertz has taken out the bingo lane in column 14. It's provided 2 new lanes, but the remaining tiles are not particularly bingo-y. Opponent bingos. Remaining tiles not particularly bingo-y. 4 in the bag. I lead by 19 points. I have a very clunky rack. And I can't play parallel to residue. R only takes an O, only takes an E after it. Maybe I should worry about other tiles first. This is a super tricky board to play on. Really, really tricky. One minute on my clock. I'm in trouble. I'm really going to struggle to score anything. That's going to burn time. Only 4 vowels left. No S's left, so why don't I just play jig for 13. Good, I'm going to try and hang on to my O. The Y is a good pickup, that's a quasi-vowel. 1 minute on my clock. I've got the O for going underneath the Z, so I could play OCH. Pretty good, because the C would stop a play in row O. The H doesn't look hugely useful. No E's for going underneath the R, so my opponent's in a similar difficulty in terms of playing anything, anywhere. I have a 30-point lead. Can I hang on? 2 tiles in the bag. 1 minute on my clock. 17 points for my opponent. Do I have a 4-letter play beginning with O? I'm not sure I do. I can see the 5 tiles on my opponent's rack. They're not that great. Ock for 27, that's a big score. I'm going with it. 51 seconds on my rack. I could well be stuck with tiles. Nothing I've got goes after ZO. Opponent could put an O there. I'm getting close to the point of having nowhere to play at all. This board looks really, really dead. So opponent could benefit from count back. Carver is good, so I can play the C. Is there anything better? $15 points. 45 tiles. Opponent's got Lion. Carver for 8. I have Dry. Can't see anywhere for that. But it might be a case of playing 1 tile at a time. So is there anywhere for my Y? Yo. I've got yo for 5. Opponent could go out with Lino and Zoo. I don't think that's going to be enough, but it might be. 17 points. 398, 17. Doesn't quite win. Wow, close. But he might just play that if he can't see a win. What else do I have apart from yo for my Y? I have odd with the D. I would have Idrad onto AD. Am I going to be stuck with the Y? The opponent could still win this if he blocks my O spot. 16 points for opponent, 26 tiles on my... I don't know what I'm saying, 26 points something. So YO for 5. Now if opponent plays low, 15 points. He still doesn't win, so is there somewhere for my D or my R? 13 seconds on my rack. I've seen nothing for either Dal. I have Dal. There could be an out. I've got Odd and Odd. I've got Odd. I think Odd's the best I've seen. I've got Did. Seven minutes on my opponent's clock. Opponent's got just the O. Is there some super hot O spot that I've overlooked? There could be. But opponent is going out, so I'm not going to have any more plays unless opponent passes. He doesn't. Wow. Crazy end to that game. Final score, 417 to my opponent, 425 to me. A winning margin of 8 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Fantastic stuff. Could easily have been a win for my opponent at the end there. Hopefully we'll find out. So this was opponent's opening rack. He changed my rack. Pilaf for 28, keeping OU. That looks pretty good. I played a foul, keeping PI for 10 fewer points. Is PI 10 points better than OU? Probably not, but it is a better rack leave. Opponent's rack plays Timbers. Now I have Saponite, no triple, and Saponite was best. Opponent plays him. Great, no missed bingo here, and Vig, that was my play. Quite a bingo-y rack for my opponent, he plays Bap. Great, no missed bingo here. F10, that's where I played. Well, just a ton of bingos, and I played Quest, which is fine. Opponent plays 6. And I play Lentite, nothing obviously better. Opponent's got the vowels, plays Age. I struggled here. Toto is good, C9. Well, not the best play through that E, but it's a nice word. So nothing great going on there, nothing greater than 20 points. So I played Toe. Opponent plays there. And now opponent is 30 points in the lead. Fetal B6. Okay, well I don't like that, putting a vowel underneath a triple word square. So I play Faux for 14, which isn't far off the other plays, and it's a good rack leave. Great rack for my opponent, but no bingo. Questorial, wow, that would have been a fun word, a 10-letter play. So, Yeah, he plays OL, keeping AEIRS, a massive powerhouse of a 5-letter set, probably worth between 20 and 30 points. And he's providing a floating consonant to go with it. Doesn't work out for my opponent because I have lariated. And radiate also playable in column 12, but lariated better. My poor opponent, that's the danger of keeping raise. It's a nice rack lead, but if you draw 2 vowels, you don't have a bingo. So he plays AI. And, well, I considered Zar, but twang, H12. Oh, wow, look at that. Twank, F'd, Sow and T. That would have been a nice play, albeit it takes an S. So, core is only 10 fewer points and it's strategically better. Opponent has Snowy and nowhere for it, plays 1. Now I have Nertz for 37. And finally, the opponent does have a playable bingo. Gets residue down, and this is where things get super tight because I'm low on time. There are 4 tiles in the bag, and I've got a crap rack. And look at this. Very slim pickings. And I went with Jig, retaining the vowel, and I quite like that. Wow, 30 points available for my opponent. With Foen and Noily, that might have been enough for him. He would have then been just 1 behind, and he'd have had 5 tiles on his rack. He plays Undy. Oh, wow, what a miss. Oki, O-double-C-H. Yeah, that would have definitely assisted. Instead, I do Ok for 27, and the game ends up being a lot closer than it need be. Opponent has an out. Violin, would that have been enough? He'd have got 20 on count back, so he'd have gone 386, 396. No, he would have lost by 10. Very little on offer here. K9. Kundi. Well, that would have set up Noily, so not so good. I play Cabba. Now, E1. Would Pignoli have been enough for my opponent? He'd have got 14 on count back. So 395. It would have been a draw. Opponent could have drawn with Pignoli. Plays Gin. I have Dry, nowhere for it. Play Yo. Opponent plays Zol. I score 5 points with Odd. And finally, the best opponent can do is Yo for 6. So that was the end of the game. Incredibly close end with each of us playing out 1 tile at a time. And the final margin of victory less than 10 points. So really exciting stuff. Many thanks to my opponent for such a great game. And I hope you enjoyed watching that. And I will see you next time.